Alright, hey everyone, Wanderbot here, and welcome back to Orcs Must Die. This is going to be a doozy. So, I'm not sure exactly which enemies we're going to be dealing with here. So let's take a look at this. So, ceiling ballista, maybe. We know dart spitters are obscene. Those are really good, especially with the ice. I will keep that no matter what. Brimstone. I want to switch this. Instead of reducing the cooldown, we're going to do arcane damage. I'm curious about the arcane damage over time effect, if that breaks ice or not. Because that's something I actually would love to know. Also, we're going to be running into imps here, so at this point, I don't have a choice. Okay, grinders, we don't need. I love the idea of the grinder, but it's just not going to work with this kind of map. It's too short range, and that's a problem. Let's see. I'd love to try this. I've never tried this before. But we're going to be using dart spitters to begin with, so I kind of don't want to mess with that too much. So what else do we have? Jar of Ghosts. Huh. That seems kind of good. I'd also really like to try the Haymaker at some point. I don't know what the reset time on it is. That's the main thing. And also, in the face of the Dart Spitter, it just doesn't seem like it's really worth it. Let's see, what else do we got? Wall Blades? Yeah, see, I wish there were more wall traps that actually had a longer range. The Arrow Trap is the only one that actually seems to have any real major oomph at a distance. And I kind of need that. So, let's try this. I haven't tried the spike trap since we started, but I'm feeling kind of... I'm feeling okay about the tar trap. Tar trap is okay. But I'm thinking, maybe the spike trap, just get a bunch of those. Because we want to spread as much damage as we can around. There's as many enemies as possible. Let's see. And there's also the Confusion Flower, which I keep intending on using. I'll level it up. We'll see how it goes. Okay. And lastly, do I want to switch from the Stone Staff? I was really liking the Stone Staff. I'm going to keep it for this one. We should get rid of something. So, I think I'm going to get rid of the Tar Traps. I love the idea of them, but I don't think I need it. So let's do increase secondary attack range. That way we stun just everything. Okay. So, Ripsaws, Spike Traps, and Brimstone on the floor. Arrow Walls are pretty much my only option. Couple of Confusion Flowers, maybe. I don't know about the Ceiling Ballista. Maybe if I have space for it. I think I'll get rid of the Mana Rage Trinket. It didn't seem necessary, now that I'm using the stone staff. So let's just free up some space. Okay, Sludge Shelves. Let's go. And like last time, I'm going to go until about 2 million points, then I'm going to stop. I know I could potentially do some of these maps perpetually, but from my experience, that is incredibly boring. And I don't want to do that. Okay, so I'm just going to make this place, bad. Okay, so we're going to get rid of a couple of things. So we don't need that. It's stupid tempting to just get rid of barricades for this one. Get rid of Mana Rage. Okay, so we want to try the Confusion Flower. These are all good. We might want Ceiling Ballistas. I'll think about that. And Spike Traps, is that everything? I think so. So we did have enough. My thoughts are, this is a really good spot to have just like an obscene number of auto ballistas that can hit anything that kind of comes in this immediate area. I hesitate to use them too much, but it's a good way of dealing with it all the same. I don't know what I want to do with this area. Maybe just a bunch of confusion flowers? I don't know. It just feels weird to use barricades purely just to slow them down to this final leg. It'd be better to just try and ruin them on the way. Because as we saw last time, that actually worked really well. I've had a number of diehard anti-barricade people yelling at me for a while, and it's like, okay, maybe I'll actually give this a proper shake and see how it goes. I'm definitely not up to snuff yet. We just started out. Is what it is. So, question is, do I want to rip anything up here? I'm gonna just sell the one spike trap. I don't really know how helpful that is. Okay. And then in the interest of efficiency, we're just going to do this. I'd like to put some defenses down there, but this way it covers both sides, at least for the moment. Yeah, maybe the butterfly box. No, we can absolutely use butterfly boxes for things. Okay, there we go. Life is so far so good. Right, let's just get rid of some of the kobolds. Leave nothing standing. Yeah, so all I'll probably want to do is just set up a bunch of stone traps all over the... stone traps. Brimstone traps all over the place. And just let them hotfoot their way through this entire business. Because that's probably more useful for me in the long run. And then at some point I'll work on a bigger, more dangerous getup. Okay, let's see. That'll be enough. I'm just gonna do that. I guess I could get some auto ballistas up there. Some people were casting doubt on whether or not the auto ballistas were actually that good. No. We'd want to save the auto ballistas for later. I'll put them there when this place really takes off. Main issue is just the lack of potential places for the ceiling traps to be placed. I guess I can get dart spitters here, but they don't have the oomph that I'm looking for. Where the hell did that orc come from? I just saw one, like, fall from the ceiling for reasons. And I'm definitely taking the stone staff. The fact that it does a piercing shot is pretty choice. Damage is pretty good, too. And I barely have to use it. You know, with the stun crossbow, I had to use it kind of constantly to get it to work. Okay. Oh, I don't have a choice here. Okay, let's just get a bunch of those. Another wall trap. Okay. I'm not finding this wolf's head, like, at all. Definitely looks like we're going to want some more dart spitters, more than anything else. Okay, and they're coming from here. But that's fine. Okay. Do we get them here? The base of the stairs. Because I bet if I put my brimstones right there instead, that would get almost all of them. There's the little guy. Take the troll. Take the ogre. Getting that extra range on the stone staff was very choice. Wow. Let's see. Okay, so same deal as last time. Let's go back here. I would just put that there. I'm going to focus a lot of my defenses on the top, just because the top is legit spooky. And I'm almost curious. Keep the brimstones for the beginning, and maybe the end. But yeah, just having a corridor of... But I don't even have any saw blade traps up in here. But just a corridor of saw blades, arrow traps, brimstones, start and finish nowhere else. And then just make it bad. For everyone involved. Whereas these guys, I think having them run the brimstone gauntlet is probably my best bet. Just because. Because they've got such a long way to go. Okay. Nope, don't have enough. Alright, that'll do for now. Yeah, definitely probably want to get some saw blades. I'm feeling better about this. Last time it was the real question of like, where am I going to build this kill box? And then the answer now is, who cares about the kill box? That's for other games. I almost wonder if playing Sanctum a long time ago before this was actually is part of the reason why I have so many weird bad habits. Possible. I'm gonna start putting those in. Let's take a look at this mess. So, like I was thinking, the brimstone... Just getting a silly amount of brimstones all over the place seems to have worked out great. Get rid of the earth elemental real quick. All hunters. I love having this AoE. Lets me solve so many problems. Let's see. I'll probably move that up. Maybe? Yeah, let's move this up. Oh. That's inconvenient. I'll look at that. Normally, these are 3 tiles wide. Not today. Okay, let's just do spike traps again. Okay. So far, so good. How'd this go? This actually, it almost worked. I'm gonna put that there. Let's go back over here and take a look. Because there's a lot of little dudes that are making it through, kind of. But that's not so bad. Because I've got some pretty good hard counters against these guys. We're going to have to focus the defenses into a better kill box. Okay, there we go. That'll have to do. Okay. I'm going to do a butterfly box right there. We're going to want a couple of them going up and down this corridor. Okay, come on, ice traps. Do your thing. If you can. Ain't doing enough of their thing. Okay, ignore for a bit. We're doing alright. I have my concerns, but they seem to be unwarranted. I hate how the Null Hunters actually slow you down. That is unfun. So I think we're going to want to move the Dart Spitters over in this area specifically. Okay, and they're not coming top yet. Eventually, I think they'll be coming out of both, and then we'll be in trouble. But for now, this is okay. Alright, so I'm going to sell all of that. We want to move these over for better cover. Better coverage. I don't know how many of these guys actually pass through. I'm going to do that. It's super tempting to put a Confusion Flower down, but I don't know if they actually attack them. They might? I mean, I guess if we lose one, it's not the end of the world. There we go. That looks sufficiently deadly for my needs. Let's go back to the top side. Top side needs more help. And I'm not sure why I'm doing such a bad job of supporting it. Because, yeah, I think what we need is just a silly amount of Dart Spitters. That's kind of true no matter where you go. Like, those Dart Spitters are nuts. Okay. So far, so good. Top's good. Let's take a look. Yeah, figured we'd start having a couple of stragglers make their way through. Okay, not too much to speak of. Oh, we did get more. Okay. Let's do that. Then come back up here. Have a little bit more. Doesn't put me over the threshold, but that's fine. Let's just do that for the time being. I know I need more Dart Spitters. But the arrow walls are cheap. Okay, so far so good. It might have actually been worth getting some tar traps down below. Okay, Mr. Moneybags down. Get another one of those. I think it's just this ogre here. Okay. I'm gonna put that there. How's this doing? Yeah, this is shaping up to be a pretty decent kill box. I'll just put that there. So far, so good. Let's have that second set of arrows. I don't think we want to extend too much further in that direction. I think we want to bring it this way instead. Okay. But yeah, I'm gonna operate under the assumption that this area is actually pretty good to go. So I'm gonna go back up here and return my attentions. Let's see. Actually, they're... yeah, it's fine. More likely to be... I mean, obviously up front. The more we front load these, probably the better. I probably should have done that instead of having all these redundant secondary traps just kind of spread around, but it is what it is. I'll make it work. There we go. I'm liking the freeze, and it doesn't seem like the arcane traps are breaking the ice. At least I don't think they are. Because it's not the actual burn status effect. Let's see. Doesn't look like too much is getting by either, which is good. Everything there is fine. Alright. So let's go take a look at you. This is working. See, seemingly, shockingly well. I think the inclusion of the spike traps is good, largely because the more traps that hit an enemy, the more money we make out of them. So it might actually be super worthwhile for me to seed some just basic spike traps all over the place. Not too much, just enough to spread the damage around. Because, yeah, there's a multiplier based on how many different traps you hit an enemy with. Put it here. I'll just do that. There we go. That seems decent. So let's go back up here and take a look at this. What is your issue? It seems to be working great. A couple of these guys are sneaking past. I think it's just because we don't have arrow traps. Up and down that one side. Okay, so now that we've done that, let's go back, take a look at this. This side's definitely working a little bit better than the other side is. And a lot of these ogres are dying before they even really get to turn the corner. I guess I should probably let them a little. Okay. Let's try Confusion Flower. I haven't seen it trigger, so I'm curious about how it works. Unless it's something they pass over. It is. Okay, so in that case... I want to try moving them up. We'll move a couple up, and let's go take a look at this. Yeah, I'm curious if it'll block enemies. If we're lucky, it does. Or, if we're lucky, it doesn't, and we don't have to worry about enemies getting too skunked here. Yeah, I want them to turn right back around and have to go through Hell Alley. Gosh, the amount of ogres that are just entering this zone is spooky. see how you all doing. Definitely a couple that are getting through, so we might want to amp up our defenses. And I think we want to move back the flowers. I think they're better right here. Where they're within range, but not too far. I'll just do the basic brimstones. Okay. And then I'm gonna err on the side of slightly different. We're just gonna get a couple of these. And then I'll start just putting some ballista traps up there. Just like one or two to catch these. Instead of using them as a full blocking system. Or not blocking system, like a full DPS system. We might want to actually do that a little bit here. Should probably get rid of that. Move it up. I almost am wondering if the flowers are kind of meaningless here. Like, it works, I just... You don't stay unfrozen long enough for it to matter. That last dart spitter. They're too good not to. Now let's see. So that might not actually be as good as I gave it credit for. They're a little slow. I might actually be better off with like just a bank of elven archers at the very end. Because they don't take too much damage, and so just having a bunch of them hanging out there, just pelting things at the end, might just be the better option. These guys are still pretty aggressive. Okay. I'm going to move these back. I don't really have a whole lot of evidence that it's a good idea to do so, or necessary, but still. I might get rid of that one. I think it would be better off at the very end of the corridor so they can shoot into the crowd, as opposed to the that middle part. I was hoping to double up, but just the angling is too bad. Okay. Should be good to go. I mean, we downed Mr. Moneybags in, like, extremely short order. How's this doing? Doing alright. How are you doing? Did he drop money? No, he didn't. Yeah, so the question is... Yeah, this is a much better angle for them to hit, and they can pick off the occasional dude on the right side. Most of the time. I don't want to have too many. But I figure just a bunch of them right there should pay major dividends. Let's see, anything else? No, those are just healing potions. Alright. We're getting there. I want to move it up. No? It's got the range back there. it kind of has the range. I bet if we moved it forward just a smidge, like to right there, that could do the trick. We might also want to just get some more saw blades here. Maybe. Okay. Y'all are a problem. Okay. Here goes one. Just gonna panic here for a bit. Oh, this did not go well. Too many Ds, spent too much time up above. Whoops. Okay, got him. Okay, they're starting to get through here, though, and that's problems. Okay, I'm just going to do that there. It's an insane amount of money in that zone. I might have actually overtuned this defense at this point. I was really confident that we'd be okay. Clearly that overconfidence was kind of killer. Yeah, maybe I want to move some of my defense. I don't know. I'm going to want to do some things. I'm just not necessarily sure what. The confusion flowers, oh, can be moved. I have a better spot for them. Okay, here's the thing. The confusion flowers normally kind of just okay. But here? Pretty good. Okay, I'm just going to do that. Let's go take a look at this area. I think we're doing well. It seems like the secret truly is just excessive amounts of dart traps. And just go bananas with the dartening. Maybe some more saw blades. Okay. So far, so good. I think beefing up the one side did the trick. Get some time to actually manage my defenses here. They're just somewhat relentless. Yeah, so these dart traps actually have the range to hit. No, they don't. They kind of have the range to hit. But it's not quite there. We're getting inundated in more ogres than I want to deal with. That's a problem. We'll have to move the confusion flowers here. I see their merits, and I understand why they're good. Or those. Let's take a look at this. Okay. I think I'm just gonna... We're just gonna go with the option of turning this into a horrible death gallery. Try not to be too picky with what traps I'm using. And just have more. Because it seems like excess is always a decent option here. Really are not giving me the opportunity to edit these defenses, though. It's fine. Just want, like, a little bit of moment, a small moment to replace the flowers here with something maybe a little bit better timed. A little bit more immediately useful. Because, yeah, they're just not firing enough. Okay, this is working now. Take a look at this. How are we doing here? Definitely some money and skulls that I should be picking up. And yeah, it seems like adding all the extra layers here has solved the problem. It was just the fact that we had too many enemies hitting these defenses and they weren't refreshing fast enough. And I think putting the flowers there was actually a super good idea. Even if they don't seem to actually be triggering much. There we go. Let's see. Question. We got space for a couple of butterfly boxes, but... not necessarily sold yet. Yeah, just having these up a little bit gives them a straight shot right into the enemy formation. Come on, drop it, drop it, drop it. There we go. And yeah, definitely next step, probably just seeding everything with butterfly boxes. I can't do so down below particularly well. I'm sorry, what? Nope. Okay. Yeah, some of them are getting through. And that's the problem. How many do I have left? I got 14. How the hell did that guy get through? I guess we just don't have enough brimstone traps to deal with everything. Here. I'm just gonna... I'm just gonna toss a couple of those. The trash mobs are a problem. Yeah, maybe some tar traps. Because I think the big issue is we just have two lanes hitting this entire defense simultaneously. Nope, I think the real big issue is just that this map is really hard to fully defend here. But even with the ridiculousness that is the dartening, there's only so much I can do about it. Or maybe the true reality is just that those ground saws are actually obscenely good. Wait, how the hell? It squeezed the gap. I wasn't aware they could do that. Bonus idea. Maybe what I want to do is actually take a bunch of these frozen saws and put them vertical. Or, not vertical? Lengthwise? I don't actually know if that's a good idea. Because they'd always just get triggered by the first enemy that steps on them. But yeah, let's get a little... couple more buzzsaws at the very least. So, 2 million's gonna be a bit tough. I might make it. Have I seriously not had, like, a spare moment to sell these things? I don't think I have. Yeah, I think if we do get a spare moment to actually prep and build defenses here, definitely want to just... I definitely want to replace a lot of the spike traps. The idea of them is cool. The execution, I don't know. We might be better off with the electric ceiling trap instead. Okay, so let's take a look at this, because this is dicey. I don't think I'm stopping this. Not well, anyway. Can get the other one. Okay. It certainly hurts that I'm not able to route all of my defenses through one section. Okay, I'm just gonna have that as a backup, but... Let's do a bunch of buzzsaws. Okay, this is starting to get bad. But we kind of knew it. I have to babysit this area so much more than the other area, and we're not looping one of the groups through this extremely long defense. Which puts me in just kind of a really bad place. Okay, that's taking some of the light dudes off. Definitely getting a bit laggy, too. Yeah, just getting some barricades for a final kill box here might have been smart. Okay, we don't actually have to worry about that. I don't know if firelings count. Uh-oh. I have no idea if that got through. Nope. Okay, I'm just gonna load more defenses there. We are in bad places. There's only so much I can do about it. Yeah, I bet just a bank of really, like, just a stupid number of archers at the end, like right here at the top of the stairs, would be exactly what I need. The fact that I have to spend so long trying to kill this guy. These problems. The fact that just light orcs are getting through is spooky. I don't like that. Okay, let's take a look at this. So yeah, I think spike traps are a trap. I don't think they actually benefit much. I think the flowers are a neat idea. I'm not sure if they're useful. Not for what I'm doing here. If I wasn't freezing them all the time, maybe it wouldn't be so bad. But because they remain frozen for a very long time, I bet it's not actually working out in my favor. Okay. Well, we've passed the 2 million mark. It's definitely a dicier defense than I wanted, but we've got our 5 skills. So, at this point, I can kind of kick back, relax, and not stress. I think this dude for biscuits. Okay. It's doing better. What I'll probably do is just get some more brimstone traps at this very end point. Okay, so far so good. And yeah, the expansions down here seems to have made a difference. I can't hit you in the head. There we go. I bet saw blades are actually just better than the spikes right now. Because that keeps them perma-frozen. Okay. So let's go on a selling spree. There we go. Okay, I can't see particularly well. But that's not that big of a deal. Okay, there we go. Yeah, let's just get a bunch of saw blades up in here. I wanted to go with the electric spikes, because supposedly they work great against armored ogres. Big supposedly there, but still. Just wonder if these guys are actually shooting the gap. Hey, this guy just remained unfrozen. Ooh. There's still more. And yeah, we're getting less money. Oh, it's bad. That said, are we sitting at a high score at this point? Like, despite my problems. Oh, well, there we make some money. We probably got, like, a windfall from an armored ogre or a mountain troll. Okay, that's not up above. I saw one that was like, no. One guy got through. That's fine. At this point, lost via attrition, the enemies just get so much HP. After a while, like, good luck winning. Just gonna add that there. Let's see, what else can I do? Not much. Just kind of keep extending. This corridor is about as good as it's going to get. I think bringing barricades could have worked. Tar traps also could have worked. I think I discounted the tar traps from like a slowing perspective, largely because the time skull being added. was a bit of an issue in the main campaign. You know, I was kind of expecting that... I was kind of expecting that it would be... like, how would I describe it? Well, I don't know. There's no time limit on endless mode, so there's no reason for me to rush. But it's still ingrained in me, and that's a bit of an issue. There we go. Just get a bunch of these down. Go from there. So, I guess my next thing that I would consider is maybe the ceiling shock trap instead of the spikes. And see if I can intermingle those, because that could be really good. Or it could be completely pointless. Who knows? Or the grav pillars. I haven't messed with them, but like this is one of those maps that a grav pillar could actually work great. Maybe. Well, I'm gonna make it close to wave 30 if I don't make it there proper. Yeah, let's start messing with butterfly boxes. I'm not convinced that they're going to be what saves me. Not that I need saving. At this point, losing at any point here is going to be good for me. That's also very nice to have to try again. Last level was just so cakewalkish that I could just be like, hey, I don't need to care. And that just felt so good. But it was also very boring. Yeah, just a couple of these guys are getting through. Uh-oh. Speaking of a couple of guys getting through. Okay. We managed to forestall these guys. That I think that ice debuff is the true champion of this round, this game. I don't remember freezing enemies being that good in Orcs Must Die 2, but I almost wonder. I mean, one, I never played endless mode, so I can't actually tell you how it worked in that one. Huh? I wonder if my old save file for Orcs Must Die 2 still exists. Okay, right. I was gonna mess with butterfly boxes. Huh. Well, got the Null Hunter. Didn't get that guy, though. There are a lot of these little dudes. And yeah, I really should remember to use my trap reset trinket, like, a lot more. Because I haven't been. And I should be. Come on, arrow traps. You can take him out. I believe in you. Ooh. Yeah, they are absolutely running for the section that does not have brimstones in it. I mean, maybe it's not intentional. No, it's absolutely intentional. They're 100% rolling for it. Hitting those headshots. All right, we're good. So we've got that gap plugged. I'm gonna just do that. All right, so we've made it past wave 30. So in that case, do we want to just call it quitsies? Because I feel mildly... Wow. I feel mildly unsatisfied, if only because, like, this is not a perpetual defense. I can't just leave this running for a while. Same time, we hit our goal, everything got bad, and everything's only gonna get worse here. Yeah, I'm not even gonna be able to stop this now. Maybe if I had some kind of extreme kill box, but I'll just hang out, watch it go. It'll be fine. This is fun. I love this game. I'm trying to, like, stretch it out as much as I possibly can before I'm done. And yes, I know there's going to be multiplayer, and that'll be a whole separate thing. I actually do have a separate key for Orcs Must Die 3 that the Stadia people actually sent over. And so it's like, I could potentially do a co-op series sooner than later, if I wanted to. Maybe once my brother and I are done with Don't Starve Together, or maybe with somebody else. Maybe. Or I could start exploring some other tower defense games, because that's kind of my... What the hell? How did you get up here? Was he flung up? I think he was. Yeah. He absolutely had to have been, like, chucked upwards. Yeah, works for me. Alright, I mean, we got, what, 22 skulls off of that? We are in a good spot. So, we still have a quick path, which we looked at. And then the last one is Colosseum, which is just spooky. You can definitely see there's a market improvement. I'd like to maybe... I think we'll end this with going back to Great Room. I don't think I'm going to bother with close quarters. This one's worrying. This one could be fun. We'll definitely have to use some barricades to get this one working. But that will be next time. So, I guess with that, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time. I just said that. Whatever, it's fine.